What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unhinged Society, and today we'll be having yet another discussion video. The topic of today's discussion video is going to be Dragalge and where we think the stat points for its Mega Evolution will be placed. Now, we have the leaked list from Central Leaks to thank for this information, because every Pokemon that has been revealed to have a Mega Evolution by the Pokemon Company has been on this list. Dragalge is also listed on the list of leaked Megas, so we have reason to believe that it will be receiving a Mega Evolution. Now, back when this thing was released in Generation 6, people thought it was going to be the coming of greatness because it had adaptability and it was the Poison Dragon type. But unfortunately, it was held back by its lackluster speed and its abysmal HP, which 65 isn't bad, it could be 50, but it's also nothing to write home about. And adaptability does enable it to hit pretty hard, but it's just held back by that speed stat. So based off of Mega Dragalge's design or what the description has been given to, I don't know if they're going to give it any speed boost, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because it looks like it kind of runs now. Like those appendages look a little suspect, like they look like they're hinting to a speed boost, but I could be wrong, right? But for this Mega, I think they're probably going to focus on defense, special attack, and special defense, which isn't really difficult because you only have 100 points to allocate to those fields. So I think it'll be pretty easy for them to do something with Dragalge, especially if it keeps adaptability upon Mega Evolving. Now, if you go ahead and take a look at its special move pool, access to Draco Meteor, Focus Blast, Hydro Pump, Scald, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, which is interesting, right? It even has Acid Spray to chip away at the opponent. Due to it not really having a direct way to boost its special attack, Acid Spray is really convenient, right? It can also set Toxic Spikes, and it can haze. So it's just held back by its speed, because its typing is pretty good, and it has access to water type moves to hit ground types that try to earthquake it. Physical wise, it has Aqua Tail, Gunk Shot, Dragon Tail, Liquidation, Outrage, ironically Play Rough, which is pretty interesting. I don't think we're gonna get a fairy typing added to Dragalge somehow, but I think Play Rough is an interesting physical attack in a Poison and Dragons move pool. It has access to Scale Shot. I haven't seen anyone try to run a loaded dice set, and that's probably mainly because it doesn't have a way to boost its attack, right? We looked at the status moves. There's no Dragon Dance from Mega Dragalge, so this leads me to believe that unless it gets an addition to its move pool, we're going to be mainly seeing its stats being focused on defense, special attack, and SPDEF. So, as in previous videos, we're going to use this 100% HP bar, and when we are done allocating stats and we're at 0, our theorization will be complete. So, right off the bat, if this thing keeps adaptability, any attention to its special attacks, that is only going to make it better. I think, me personally, based off of its design, I would suspect that they're going to nerf its defenses and make it faster, but I could be wrong. But in the event that they do nerf its defenses, we're gonna go ahead and hope max, right? Because I would like to see this thing become a speedy attacker, but I'm also content with it being a slow powerhouse, because adaptability is nothing to scoff at, because they're definitely gonna put stat points into its special stat. So I'm going to subtract from its SPDEF actually, and we should probably nerf that maybe by, let's start with 20 points, right? So it can sit at 103 SPDEF, and we'll throw that into speed, and now we're sitting at 64 speed, right? And then if we dip into our stat bank here, and we add, let's do 30, right? So I'm gonna leave it with 70. We can sit at 94 speed. Now, because this thing has access to Scale Shot, you could run a gimmick set, right, to just use Scale Shot, because you really only need 3 attacks. Focus Blast to hit steel types, Poison Stab, and you can run Dragon Stab or Water Stab depending on what your team needs. But 94 speed is pretty decent if you ask me. Now with the rest of the points that we have, I'm going to allocate 20 to special attack. So it'll be sitting at 117. That'll leave us with 50. With 50 left over, we could drop some into defense. Maybe give it 10 to 100. That's gonna leave us with 40. And we could make it even faster, really. I think it's special attacks that's definitely gonna go up more than just by 10 points, if I'm being honest. I think 137 is realistic, so we're gonna axe another 20. And with this left over, I think the defense stat would get more than just a 10-point boost, maybe 11. But then again, its defense stat is lower than its special. So even if they did axe some of its special defense, I don't think that it would ever have a higher defense stat than special defense. So what we could do is just take the remaining 20 and divvy it up. 113, 110. Now this is an absolute hope max, right? This is what I think Mega Dragalge's stats would look like if it was given any attention to its speed stat at all, right? This is what I think it would look like, sitting at 65, 75, 110, 137, 113, and 94. However, there's going to be another part to this video. We're going to take these, and I'm going to come back to this in the future. I'm going to take a look at the prediction I had for Mega Dragalge's speedy version, and now we're going to refresh, and we're going to do it as if Dragalge didn't become a speedy attacker, right? So with 100 to add to its stats, let's go ahead and drop 40 into a special attack, right? It's gonna leave us with 60. 137 special attack. Into its defenses, I think we can be comfortable with a I want to say 143, but I think 133 is more likely. It's gonna leave us with 50 for now. And defense, I can see it getting a boost of 20 points. It's gonna leave us with 30. 75, 110, 137, 133. Speed, I really don't know which direction they can go with this. They could give it 10 speed. I think it might get attention to speed just going off of its design. I can't completely exclude that. So I will be generous and donate 10 points to the speed stat. Now with 20 left over, I feel like they would give, it's Game Freak, they will probably give attention to its attack stat. As much as I would like to hope max and just allocate the rest of this like into these 3 stats right here, they're probably going to give it like 85 attack. So that's the direction I think Mega Dragalge will take if it does turn out to be a slow, bulky attacker. And if it keeps adaptability, you hit a modest nature with 252 invested. 410 special attack is nothing to laugh at, especially if adaptability is going to be funneling these moves, right? And even with 252 in attack, 295 with adaptability isn't the craziest thing since sliced bread, but it does hit enough to like get the job done. You could definitely run a mixed set if you ran a relaxed, brave, or minus speed nature, sassy nature, and you wanted to hit stuff like Chansey, Blissey, or even just get off flip turns with a bit more damage. I can definitely see an 85 attack stat with adaptability putting in work. And it does have access to gunk shot too, can't forget that. So 65 HP, 85 attack, 110 defense, 137 special attack, 133 speed def, and 54 speed. This would be a pretty solid mon, especially VGC coded wise in Trick Room. This thing would definitely get some goobage off. Definitely a goob shice mon if it gets these stats. So it is Mega Dragalge. The stat spread is okay. There's definitely something there if it had more speed, or there's something there that can be done, and 100 stat points added to this is definitely going to turn some heads. So that's it for the video, man. If you guys have any opinions, thoughts, suggestions on what you think this thing will be looking like in the future, please hit the comment section and let me know, because I would love to hear your opinions. I dropped 2 different stat spreads in this video because that design is throwing me off. It's a little suspect. Like, it's giving Dragalge is getting faster, kind of like Mega Starmie, but I can't say to be sure. So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions, and thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one, and peace out.